Well, I will get started. First of all, I want to thank you, Neurolens, for being a great partner of WooU and a great sponsor. We are really, really happy to have you here, and the many, many attendees of WooU University are going to hear a lot. They heard a lot from Dr. Karpecki. They're going to hear a lot from you. We're going to talk tonight about the solution is Neurolens. I am pleased to introduce a good friend of mine, Derek Johnson, who is the Executive Territory Manager of Neurolens. I am also here as a moderator, so Derek is going to give his presentation. Again, if you have questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A in the chat. We'll leave time at the end that I'll be able to relay those questions to Derek, but please feel free as he goes along and ask any questions. If for some reason he can't get to those in real time, I'm sure he will follow up with you as well. So without further ado, take it away, Derek.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and appreciate everybody joining us this evening after hours. I'm just going to talk to you briefly about the Neurolens, solution that kind of piggybacks onto everything that Dr. Karpecki already talked about. So I'm nowhere near as smart as he is, but I do get the pleasure of being out there every day helping doctors and patients implement Neurolens. So with that, I'm going to get started right away. So what we're using from Neurolens at its core is our Neurolens measurement device version 2. So this is going to be a device that lives in pretest. I like to categorize it size-wise as just kind of like a tall autorefractor. So it is small and practice friendly, and it's going to give you all the measurements in under 2 minutes, while providing a really cool experience for your patients. You know, a lot of them have been seeing the same tests and pretest for years. And one of the comments we get all the time is what a good experience it is for the patients, and the patients appreciate seeing new technology as they come into your practice. So the overall process that we use here is we are going to identify an unmet need, where we have an objective, repeatable measurement, and then a contoured prism lens to fix it. So we're going to identify with a custom question that uses the Vision Council standards around digital eye fatigue, put them in the objective measurement device, take a 2-minute test that's tech time, not doctor time, that's going to do a basic binocular workup for them, and then we're going to actually prescribe a solution for them. But it always sounds cooler when I can have somebody with a British accent explain everything. So this is a cool video that we have that just kind of walks you through the measurement process here. Let me pause because the sound was working earlier, but I hear that it's not now. So let's try this again. I promise we tested the sound earlier. Is this sound working now? Okay. Okay. So we'll move on from it since the sound is not working. I don't want to have everybody just watch a slide that you don't know what they're saying. So essentially, though, what we're going to do is we're going to take basic binocular measurements, and we'd be happy to bring in a unit and do a demo for you. This video also exists on our website as well if you do want to go back and look at the specifics of what we're doing. But this slide actually just walks you through it too. So we are going to take pupillary distance, heterophoria, ACA ratio, and alignment of binocular peripheral and central fusion and fixation disparity. And what that does is we're gonna run that against the hundreds of thousands of measurements that we have, and what was the best solution from a Neurolens perspective. And it's going to pop up on a screen that looks similar to this. This is kind of a stripped down version for the purpose of a presentation. but you're going to get some things like MQI on here is going to tell you what the confidence level the device has on the measurement. And then you're going to get the horizontal at both the distance and the near, vertical at distance and near. And then the vertical MQI you'll see is a low, medium, high reading. And that's just because it's not our primary focus of the measurement, but also just the number of measurements we have, because this was a late addition to the testing process. And what all that's going to give you at the end is the Neurolens value. And the Neurolens value is going to be what you're actually going to prescribe when you order for the patients. And that Neurolens value is going to be the starting point of what the distance prism is. And I know Paul went into the contour a little bit, but this is going to be our starting point. From the patient's perspective, we're going to give you this really great image that you're going to be able to pull up right into the exam room. This is all cloud-based, so there's no need for you to have it tied into an EHR or anything like that. But it's going to go through all these same measurements, all the stuff that's important to the patient and that they're going to understand. It allows you to toggle on and off the current eye alignment and the alignment with Neurolens, and it allows you to toggle between distance and near. So you can demonstrate, you can see here, green is ideal alignment, red is where this patient's eyes naturally want to go. And so that they can actually see the gap that could be brought together by giving them some of the contour prism. The thing that I really love about this slide and this update that we did with this too, is that it's right there next to them. It relates to those particular symptoms that they had self-reported, so that you're actually able to apply this to how they're using it day to day in their life and how it's affecting them, and any type of lost time or energy that they've had due to this visual misalignment. We're able to actually directly relay these measurements back to them. The other cool thing is now with the update, with people doing it digitally in the practice right on their phone, is that the patient's actually going to get their measurements emailed or texted to them, so that they're going to be able to look at that when they leave the practice. And we see that people are opening that 4 or 5 times after they leave. So they're sharing it with their significant other, their friends, or if they're not able to buy that day, they're still thinking about it and looking to come back. It's a really great way to really solidify the medical therapeutic aspect of this treatment. Just like if you were to go get an MRI or an X-ray, you're going to get those results to be able to view later on as well. When we do send it to the patient, though, one of the questions I do get from the doctors, it does not have anything in there from a prescribing perspective other than the Neurolens value, because they would have to go to a Neurolens provider in order to fill that. It does not give them their PD or anything like that on that email. So why do we do it? Well, it has results. So the dramatic results are really that 93% of patients that respond to the survey have a positive response. And if you know anything about surveying patients, patients are much more likely to respond when they're unhappy than when they are happy. So getting a 93% positive response is just phenomenal. But the proof is in the pudding, where I say it. Like, even more impressive is that Neurolens has historically had an unlimited satisfaction guarantee. It's an open-ended satisfaction guarantee, but less than 4% of our lenses actually ever come back. And even more impressive is that if the patient wears the lens for 30 days, that number drops down close to 1%. So people aren't keeping a private pay premium lens if it's not working for them. So that's always exciting from not just the patient perspective, but also for the financials of the practice, where Neurolens is going to have a fairly significant financial impact on the practice, in addition to helping the patients feel better. It is a completely private pay lens. So we're working outside of managed vision care, but we're doing it with a full guarantee for the patient as well. So there are a couple questions coming in. I've only got one more slide, so we'll circle back to the questions now that they're starting to come in a little bit. So I just wanted to get to this. We are running a summer sizzle offer. So basically unaffiliated, we're running a great promotion that we're doing $649 a month for 60 months. That's interest free. So you're not accumulating interest on that, or we have great cash price offers. This is the summer sizzle cash price offer. Depending on your affiliations, if you have an alliance or buying group affiliation, there may be some specific promos that go along with that. But what's really cool with this pricing here is if you do take advantage of this program, we're actually giving you 50% off all Neurolens orders for the first 60 days. But if you do 30 lenses in that first 60 days, we're going to give you an additional 30 days. So you could actually get 50% off all of your Neurolens jobs for 90 days with this promotion.